like to give a shout out to the communities here that are present from Latino America, as well as the communities from indigenous nations in BC. Thank you for your solidarity and resistance. La magia del cosmos está dentro de cada persona y cosa en esta existencia. Tenemos que amar y tener respeto por mamás y papás, hermanas, hermanos, abuelas, abuelos y todo. No queremos mentiras.
As we all know, there are lots of issues, lots of problems that humanity is facing today. Global warming, pollution, and the mining problem. You have taken the time to come and show the solidarity. Solidarity for the indigenous peoples and other peoples in Canada. Solidarity with other people, other indigenous peoples in Central, South America, the Philippines, Africa, and other parts of the world. Vancouver is the global center for mining exploration. That is the world center for mining exploration. That is something to think about. Sure, we see Vancouver as one of the most expensive cities in the world. Just in Vancouver, there are 959 mining companies based here in Vancouver. It is mind-boggling. No wonder all the cost of living is so high.
Big business government responded to the pressure of the population and chose not to extend an exploitation license to Pacific Rim. They chose to favor safe drinking water over a small amount of royalties coming from the gold mines. This angered Pacific Rim a great deal, and they chose to take El Salvador to court. As I mentioned, they opened a subsidiary in Reno, and presto changeo, they were an American company and could sue them now in the trade tribunals of the Central America-US Free Trade Agreement. And they demanded millions of dollars from this small country. One figure has put the amount that they're demanding is about the same as the annual education budget in the country, for lost potential profits. And this lawsuit has been dragging on for years now. The Salvadoran government's had to invest millions in teams of lawyers to try and face the well-paid, well-heeled, efficient legal teams that the Pacific Rim has managed to put together. And so once again, we want to invite you to join us in encouraging Pacific Rim to drop their suits.
Okay, let's take it out.
provincial government, Marinduque, sued Mark Hopper's parent company, the Placer Dome, for $100 million in damages. Placer Dome was purchased in 2006 by the company of Barrick Gold, which has now been included in the lawsuit. For 16 years, the Marinduque Mark Hopper mine dumped its toxic wastes into the shallow bay of Calancan River, filling it with 200 million tons of toxic tailings. When exposed to the ocean breezes, the tailings become airborne and land on the rice fields, in open wells, and on village homes. The locals apparently call this as their snow from Canada. This snow from Canada, consisting of mine tailings, has forced 59 children to undergo traumatic lead detoxification in the Philippines' capital of Manila. These irresponsible mining practices are not unlike Barrick's current operations also in Papua New Guinea, where tailings are dumped into the river system and are not monitored until 165 kilometers downstream.
Of Canadian mining systems are taking the riches from occupied Tibet. We have no say in the project, even though China Gold will continue to make hundreds of millions of dollars and Tibet will get nothing. Please continue to spread the word about destructions that China Gold is doing to occupy Tibet.
Back in the 90s, your federal government made some wonderful changes to the pension plan. They created the CPP Investment Board and gave us your pension funds to make sure that money was well spent. Instead of throwing away that money on things like social programs, we put Canadians' funds where they would do real good, in the stock market. As the owners of the same companies where we invest your money, we have a pretty good idea of where it's most needed, and we try and spread it around fairly. Big oil, big tobacco, big banks, the arms industry, everyone gets a cut. But where the privatization of Canadian pension plans is working best is in the mining sector. We've pumped billions into small Canadian exploration outfits, and they've used the funds to expand throughout the globe.
This is our traditional territory we're talking about. It's Suquamish territory. Under that, Imperial Metals is proposing Ruddock Creek Mine, which will greatly affect our salmon spawning grounds. Not just our salmon, but trout as well. And how that will affect the traditional people that live in that territory. We depend greatly upon our salmon. The tailing impoundments that will be allotted would be in the glacier mountains, and it will devastate our salmon population.
This is a really crucial issue, not just for contamination of the water, which obviously is pretty critical in itself, but it's the amount of water that the Ruddock Creek Mine is proposing to take, and that along with what the Sun Peak Ski Resort is proposing to take from the same watershed. It's a huge amount of water, and it's more than what's melting from that glacier.
The most important thing and the messages I got from other nations is that as long as we stand together as one and we have love for each other and we take care of each other,